What's up, guys? It's Crash. I want to talk to you about the mid-season event for Battlefield 2042 and how I've kind of come to a realization. I think we've reached a tipping point when it comes to these live service games, and maybe you guys could say you've seen it for a long time and I'm just slow getting here, but I just always remember when we switched over to the live service model and we saw some of the prices of these skins, of these cosmetic packs, there was really no way to complain, right? It's just a skin. Who cares if people buy it? It's not like, you know, loot boxes where you can get stat changed weapons or game breaking things. You know, it's nowhere near pay to win unless you talk about some of the cosmetics that were really hard to see in certain games. But there was really no complaints to be had because even though they were expensive, you don't have to buy them and you can still play the game. But guys, I really think we've reached a point where these cosmetics, this skin economy or this cosmetic economy that games and franchises use to support themselves moving forward and you know, to generate revenue moving forward to please shareholders, I think we've reached a point where it's affecting everyone. And what I mean by that is there is so much more focus on cosmetics, on being able to buy these premium purchases and making them more expensive, even though less people buy them, that there's so much of a focus on that we're seeing these huge decreases in actual playable content, and it's making games get boring. And I think it's one of the biggest problems in FPS games, in the AAA space at least. And we can really see that within this event. And let me show you what I mean by this, because if you actually look at the event itself, if you pull it up, what we're essentially getting, if you break away all of the fluff and all of the graphics and everything, essentially what we're getting is a King of the Hill mode with call-ins and things like that, played on 3 maps. So you have a King of the Hill mode, yeah, you know that, you know, minus the little satellite graphics and things like that, those assets could be made in Portal. And then if you break it down to the rewards you get, basically for the free-to-play rewards, you know, after watching this trailer and you see these really cool cosmetics in this awesome trailer, the trailer team kills it, as always. There is 1 headgear that you can get within the 2 weeks and 2 weapon skins. That's it. The rest are weapon charms and 2 player cards. That is it. There is like 2 cosmetics that you could see within the game that is on your weapon and 1 cosmetic for the soldier. That is it. So if you look at it and then you see, you know, they're advertising, of course, the store bundle, and you know, the big prize is that Archangel bundle for $19 US is how many Battlefield coins it takes to get all the cosmetics that you do see in the trailer. It is just crazy to me that if you break it down, it's like this entire event took not that much to put together, and it is an advertisement to get you to buy that $19, which back in the day, that would have got you premium content that you could have enjoyed all year with 4 maps per season, 4 to 5 maps, you know, 3 maps per season, just a lot more actual playable content. Instead, they're relying on a few people buying this incredibly expensive skin pack, and that's how they're making their money moving forward. And if you think about it from the standpoint of the studio, rather than having map teams that have to build all these things out, they have some artistic teams that work on skins, probably much smaller, probably take much less time and try to make just as much money, while the entire player base suffers from a massive lack of playable content. I just really see it in this event. I worry about the event in and of itself a little bit when it comes to balancing. You know, they're saying that you know, the better you play, you know, the higher you get on points, the more stronger vehicles you can call. And it just sounds like it's going to make it even more lopsided, kind of like Call of Duty score streaks do. But that's not the point of this video. What I'm really wanting to talk about is just how far we've fallen from the live service days. I know it split the player base, but at least there was a player base. You know what I mean? We just seen a small fraction of people playing Battlefield that used to. And I just think because the maps feel stale, and without a server browser, you know, you play some of the first few maps, it becomes even more glaring that there's not a lot of content in this game. And I'm really hoping things change one day. I hope BattleBit Remastered has shown that playable content really keeps people going. And when I see an event like this, it's really cool to see, because as we are starved for this, and I know people want to see the Kaleidoscope rework as well, being starved for content, it's really cool to see, you know, some actual stuff and new game modes and things like that. I'm all for it. But when you break it down for what it actually is, it's kind of sad. And I think we've seen where, you know, skins and cosmetics are actually finally affecting everyone. I think we're to the point where, I know I've said it, I know I've heard people say it, but I don't think I'm gonna say it anymore. I don't think I'm gonna say, you know, it's just skins, who cares? Because I think it's time to care. I think the way games have become focused on that, it's just really sad. And that's why AAA gaming gets pretty stale and feels the way it does, in my opinion. And I think this Archangel Directive Battlefield event is just a shining example of how things have changed, and in my opinion, for the worst. But we'll check it out, see what happens, and stay up to date on everything. Guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I would love to hear from you guys down below if you think I'm off my rocker or if there's something to that. I would love to know, because I could just be an old man that's rattling weird stuff off my brain. I could have gone senile, and I don't even know where I am. That could happen. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you later on.